Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, February the 28th. It's still wintertime, right? We're in February, but we're going to start talking about summer rep theater. And we've got Todd Davison with us, Maples rep. Good to have you here, Todd.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Whenever I look over at you, I think of spring and summer.
Well, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. You came off of a pretty good year last year with shows at the Maples
We had
Rep.
an excellent year, and we're really excited about this year. It's our 15th season coming up this year right now.
Yeah. The highlights of last year, let's just recap that real quick.
Well, Anything Goes was our big musical in the summer, and so we really loved that. It was a lot of fun. And then we had, in the fall, we had Quilters, which was also a great big event for us because we had so many ancillary activities with quilting demonstrations and all that kind of stuff. And then we closed out the season last year with Boeing Boeing, a really funny comedy. Mm-hmm. But way back at the beginning of the season, we started with Dollar Quartet, and that was one that I think our audiences it was really an audience favorite.
Okay, so it was an award-winning season.
It was.
But you have got stuff coming up this year. Well, one of my favorites that you're opening
Absolutely. We're opening with Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Yep.
Now, that's a big production to do,
It is. Yep. We're still, right now, finishing up our casting. We cast pretty much the whole month of February. I travel a lot and see literally hundreds of actors who, sing and do their acting or whatever, do whatever their audition package is, and we try to evaluate, on the fly, and then we try to call some people back and really talk to them. And so it's a big puzzle to put it all together, to get that cast together. And then once we get into March, now we'll be able to really move forward on kind of the design elements.
So when you think of Mamma Mia, how does that compare to some of the other productions you've done as far as being elaborate and difficult to do?
Well, it's similar to kind of our big musicals, but the kind of the challenge of Mamma Mia is there's sort of two casts. There's the mothers and dads, those people who are
the adults.
The adults. They're 45, and then there's these 20-year-olds who are the Sophie and her friends. So there's kind of two little echelons of people and two kind of pools of actors also. There's obviously a lot of young people, undergrads, and people who are just getting out of school who really want to play those kids. But then to get those people who are going to play 42, 45 for me, those are people that are way more established into the industry. So sometimes they're a little bit harder for us to get to entice to come up to Macon, Missouri to spend the summer with us.
Exactly. Now, Mamma Mia stays pretty much to what we have seen on film.
It's also very much, yes.
There's a few differences.
There's a few differences, but the music's all the same, and the story is pretty much exactly the same. So yes, it's something that people are really familiar with. And, it's kind of a simple story, really, but people just love it so much because the music is just so infectious. The ABBA music.
Right.
And people just are dancing in the aisles. I mean, we're really anticipating a lovely
thing. And then the thing is, here you're doing Mamma Mia, and then later on this summer, the film Mamma Mia 2 comes out.
Absolutely, that's correct. So
you're kind of tapped into that.
That's exactly right. We're right into the thing.
Okay.
Then the other challenge is we're trying to cast Mamma Mia with the adults and the kids, but then we'll feed into our other two shows for the summer, which is a little comedy called Tom, Dick, and Harry, about three brothers, and they're kind of hapless brothers in some ways, and the one brother is trying to adopt a child, and so the adoption agency is coming over to inspect their home. Well, the two other brothers, one of them brings in some cigarettes that he illegally smuggled into the country, and the other one brings a cadaver cut up into bags, and so of course the body parts fall out and stuff at all the wrong time. So that, and then our other big musical for the summer is The Drowsy Chaperone, which is one of my very favorite musicals. It's just a whole bunch of great characters. It's kind of a spoof on 1930s style musicals. It's set up by a character called Man in the Chair, is going through his record collection, and he comes by, this is The Drowsy Chaperone, my favorite musical. And then that musical kind of comes to life on stage. And there's tap dancing, and there's gangsters and the gangster mall. There's a big wedding, so there's the bridegroom and the bride and the best man, and there's kind of a doddering old mother who's hosting the wedding, and then the servants that come along.
So like 1930s and 40s.
It's musical. Absolutely like that. Yes, yeah. That's exactly what it is, and so it's really fun. So we're trying to get those people who are playing the mothers and dads in Mamma Mia then to come in and play the Latin lover, and then all the various different parts that happen.
It's just like you're putting a jigsaw puzzle together.
It very much is.
You're putting a jigsaw puzzle together.
So right now, every day we're waiting because I would make an offer to someone. They're trying to decide whether they should come for 11 7 weeks or 6 weeks to Macon, or whether they're waiting for another theater to get them a different job, and we're putting a puzzle together and they're putting a puzzle together.
Right. And then, so that's midsummer. Then what do you have?
Then we take a little break off, and then we come back at the end of September with a really funny comedy called Dearly Departed. It's kind of a redneck family. In the very opening scene, the fellow has a heart attack and dies, and then it's all about his family getting together to put the funeral on. And one's in jail, one's messing around with his wife, and one's losing their business, and one of them is homebound, been there for 37 years, and all those kind of things. So all these eccentric characters come together in this Southern family style. So it's very, very funny. And
I knew it was going to be Southern.
Yes, it's Southern for sure. And then right after that, it's On Golden Pond. So we'll go to more of the East Coast. So a beautiful, beautiful American classic about people kind of at the end of their life, sort of deciding, and their daughter comes back. And it's a really beautiful, beautiful production. And then for Christmas time, it's Church Basement Ladies Away in the Basement. This is the first Church Basement Ladies show that we have repeated. They're getting ready for Christmas. They're getting ready for the Christmas pageant, and the pastor has brought an intern to come in and help, and she wants to change some of the words in the Christmas pageant, or she wants to do some different casting and all that, and so it's a big problem for the Lutheran ladies.
How do you decide what shows you're going to do for a season?
Well, usually how I start with a couple of big shows. Like this year, I really wanted to do Mamma Mia. We had applied to do it last year, but we weren't able to get the rights last year. So this year we knew we wanted to do Mamma Mia, and because I knew that would be really popular with lots of people, I thought this is the perfect time for me to do The Drowsy Chaperone, because it's one of my favorite ones, and it's a little bit less well known. So those are two big shows, and so we knew I was going to need about 19 in each of those shows, and so that would spread my summer out. And then in the fall, we always try to find a play that people know the title of, and there really aren't that many that people just trip off their tongue. But On Golden Pond was a show that we hadn't done before, and we knew people would really love that. And then we didn't do a Church Basement Ladies show last year, so we thought, well, people love them, so we're going to put it back in.
You can't go wrong with the Church Basement Ladies.
That's right. So that's how it goes. It's a puzzle.
All right, Todd. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
I hope you break both legs.
Thank you very much.
And you know what I mean by that.
That's exactly right. So people can get season tickets now, or...
How do they get season tickets?
They can just call the box office, 660-385-2924, or maplesrep.com.
Okay. If you want more information, just check it out online. You can buy your tickets online. You can pick out your seats online.
Yep.
It sounds like you have a wonderful,
It is going to be wonderful. Yep, we're really excited.
Good to have you here, and
Thank you so much.
To you.
Thank you.
We're out of time for today. Tomorrow, Joy Sweeney will be here talking about drug-free youth for kids. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.